Hey y'all, it is January the 2nd, 2019, believe it or not. Y'all, I wanted to run through, you might already be seeing it, I wanted to run through something with y'all, go over it a little bit. But before we dive down that rabbit hole, y'all, I want to share with y'all. I just made a documentary. It's called Hog Wild. It will never be banned from the internet. Unfortunately, I don't think David Hogg appreciates it very much. I don't think he will. All right, but I was thinking about it right before I started making this video, and y'all, it wasn't until after I had released the video called Hog Wild that will live forever. It isn't until after I put it out that I realized, okay, well, yeah, David Hogg said all sort of different stories. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's lying in most of those situations, all right? I got a text. It's distracting. But, okay, David Hogg, he said all sort of different stories. We caught him. I mean, it's on video. There's evidence all over in our faces, right? But I didn't even notice until after I was done and I released it that David Hogg's story didn't line up with his sister's story either, all right? Because I have David Hogg on video talking about that his sister had to tell him it was a drill, or it wasn't a drill. Right, he still thought it was a drill. He kept having to be convinced that it wasn't a drill. He thought it was a drill over and over and over again to the point where his sister had to basically let him know over the phone, it ain't a drill. Right? Even though Hogg was allegedly next door, even though he'll never tell you what building. All right, nobody ever brings it up. But then you got Lauren Hogg, and she's over there, and she's saying, oh, man, I didn't know what was going on until my brother was texting me, and he told me, he said, hide. He just shot me texts, and the text said, hide. You got to hide. This is real. So both things, those can't both happen. All right. Anyways, I thought we'd dive down this rabbit hole. It's a little bit of a different one. Thought I'd let people know because, a commenter of mine, dear commenter, they just let me know, people from the Sun Sentinel, you can't expect anything more than hot, wet garbage spewing from their fingertips. You really can't expect nothing more. And I had to let them know, yeah, I did know that because Sun Sentinel really does have a reputation. And it's terrifying, all right? I think a lot of people would agree, man, people from the Sun Sentinel need to see a jail cell, all right, pretty soon. So I let them know, that's not even the worst of it. What we were talking about was Erickson Harrell and their hatchet job against Erickson Harrell, in which if Lisa Hurdy-Ash knew what shame was, she would feel a lot of it, and she would quit her job, all right? Perhaps quit her life, all right, and start a different one. So we were covering that, but that's not even the worst of what they've done. I've covered actually much worse on this channel. I mean, I know it's like a bunch of different videos if you go through my channel and stuff, but I've covered it. Thing is, I've known about this particular article that I'm about to share with y'all, and I don't even know which publication I'm going with, because as you see, there's many publications, but we're about to run through it, all right? I'm going to share with y'all one of them, and I guess it doesn't even matter which one. Right, but I'm sure the Sun Sentinel has done their own little version of it. Let's discuss it. Here you're seeing this headline right here. Parkland shooter, MAGA hat, Nicholas Cruz loved anything Trump. You're going to see where this is going. That's from News One. All right, a trusted news authority. Nicholas Cruz left a MAGA hat on his Democrat mother's urn. You might not even have caught this because it's kind of news when it was within the past week, and I know it's been Christmas and stuff, but Nicholas Cruz left a MAGA hat on his Democrat's mother's urn. Oh, isn't that ominous? Isn't that ominous? Before we discuss what we're seeing a trending little pattern right here developing. But before we discuss that, I have read an article that was much like these previous articles, I'm sure. I read it a few days ago, all right? Basically, just to sum it up, basically they were like, it turns out Linda Cruz was a staunch Democrat, and she believed so much in Hillary Clinton. And, Linda Cruz was with her and stuff like that, and she couldn't stand Donald Trump. She couldn't stand it, and so her son, being the evil evil genius that he was, what he would do is wear a MAGA hat and stuff, and he would know that pretty much he's being a messed up person and he's driving his mom crazy insane. All right, so they go through this article, and mind you, the person writing the article deserves to go to prison, but all right, so the mom dies, and then he kind of like he throws a MAGA hat on her at like the funeral. At the funeral, I don't know, like at the funeral parlor or something. Throws a MAGA hat on her, takes a picture. Why? Because he's an evil genius. That's why. You might think there's other reasons. You might think it's because Linda Cruz was married to a Marine and she might have been very patriotic. All right. We have no clue that she hated Trump and that she despised everything that her son did because he was an evil genius. We don't have no proof of that. But perhaps Linda Cruz was married to a Marine and perhaps she loved her country or something like that. I know that sounds wild, but maybe she did. Maybe she actually loved her son, Nicholas Cruz. Maybe she named him after her brother and her father, Nicola. All right, maybe this is complete, total, and utter gibberish that we're watching. We're watching it over and over and over again. I want to point that out. Look, fact check, did the Florida shooter's Instagram profile picture feature a blah, blah, blah MAGA hat? Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Says Snopes, Nicholas Cruz took a photo of dead mother with MAGA hat, the Daily Beast. Oh, he's going to make America great again. He's a terrible, evil genius. Nicholas Cruz, Target practicing wearing Make America Great Again hat. Oh, Target practicing while just dreaming about shooting people up. Oh, just fiending about it and doing all sort of tactical. As you can see down here, here's a picture of a video that I'm sure you've seen of a young boy in his underwear. Why are people videotaping a young boy, a minor, in his underwear, across the street? Why are they doing that? Isn't that illegal? Kind of it is, but it doesn't matter, right? That's to show you he's an evil genius and a shooting legend, and obviously he's a professional. Obviously he's been doing this since he was a baby. All right, so Nicholas Cruz practiced shooting while wearing Make America Great Again hat. There you go. There's the evidence. Nicholas Cruz. Nicholas Cruz took a photo of dead mother with MAGA hat. Nicholas Cruz Instagram profile contains Trump MAGA hat. Yeah, Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz buried his mom with Trump hat. Oh my gosh, because he's a horrible monster. You see him, he's got crazy hair. Florida high school shooting suspect. Nicholas Cruz Instagram profile. Oh, so you see this. What I'm showing y'all is not even just the Sun Sentinel. I don't know if we've seen the Sun Sentinel yet. I don't even know if they weighed in on it. All right, but what you're looking at is the same article over and over. It's copied and pasted for the most part. Oh, they changed it a little bit. But for the most part, what's that called? When you plagiarize all those articles over and over, and you don't even have an opinion. Your opinion is the same opinion that I've seen before. Place a MAGA hat on his mom's. Some people are bringing us the news. A volatile teenager who wore Donald Trump hats. Parkland shooter Nicholas. So are you seeing a pattern? Do all these people need to go to prison? If we're going to have prisons, do all these people, because they broke the law and they're plagiarizing for one. I don't know if you go to prison for that, but you really are trying to do a hatchet job. You really don't have no talent. Going to school is a waste of your time, and you're ashamed to your family, all your future ancestry. If you have any, they're probably going to die out, but if they don't die out, they're going to be very ashamed of you, your whole legacy. All right, so I hope it was worth it. It's January the 2nd, 2019. I appreciate everybody out there in the holler at y'all, and I appreciate y'all. All right, y'all, here we go. I'm going to actually read one. And in fact, I'm going to read the top one. If you search MAGA hat Nicholas Cruz on Google right now, 5 days ago, obviously they're copying other people who did it before. But this is from News One. I want to show you this. It's at the very top of Google. So you can imagine how many times it's been viewed. It's done by News One, and I want to show you this immediately. I haven't read the article yet, but I want to show you this immediately. All right, the article was written by the staff. All right, that's not a person's name. Right? What it is kind of like an AP thing. Oh, this was written by a writer and stuff. So go ahead and read it. This is the top article about it on Google. What it actually means when it's written by News One staff is that it was written by a robot. And I'm not being hyperbolic or anything. It was written by a robot. And that was at the very top of Google. All right, so let's go ahead and read it. It's been more than 10 months since the horrific shooting, says robot, at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, which killed 17 students. Man, this robot is very eloquent, very articulate. So the robot says it killed 17 students and staff on February 14th. But now some new information has surfaced, some brand new breaking information about the shooter, confirming Nicholas Cruz was a passionate supporter of all things Donald Trump. Written in red. That's not good, is it? No, that's not good. Don't you do that. Cruz's mother, Linda Cruz, who adopted him when he was an infant, she passed away in December of 2017. I want to stop right there. Y'all, it's been my guess for a long time, and I've said it, I'm on record saying it, but I've been saying it for a long time. I'll say it again. Linda Cruz died how? Might have heard of some like flu, rolled into pneumonia. My main question, a question that nobody's going to dare ask, not even a robot, all right, is was she vaccinated the year before, prior to that? I'm pretty sure I'm not a psychic or anything, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. I'm pretty sure I'm right about my guess. All right. And she wound up passing away, but we're going to discuss that. Cruz's mother, Linda Cruz, who adopted him when he was an infant, passed away in December of 2017 at the age of 58 from complications from pneumonia. She got it from the flu. Did she get the flu shot? Did she have a Walgreens that was around her neighborhood? I wonder. According to a new Daily Mail report published Friday morning, she was extremely liberal. Extremely. This is according to people who didn't know her. She's an extremely liberal person and not a fan of the 45th M. I guess that means president in robot speak. Right? So the 45th M. Unlike her son, who he really wanted to make America great again. Obviously, that means shooting up everybody. So when only 4 people showed up to her funeral, Nicholas Cruz acted out in an unexpected way, says robot, by putting on his Reed MAGA hat. God dang it, robot. Nobody gave it like a spell check robot to help it out. Nah, he put on his Reed MAGA hat. Roxanne Deschamps, a family friend, told the Daily Mail, well, it's terrible. Nicholas started to get upset at the funeral. He was saying things like, nobody gives a shit about my mom. Oh, man, it was, because he's an evil genius. He's laying the groundwork for some of his evil deeds. Because so few people came, Deschamps said, says a robot. I had never seen the MAGA hat before, but I noticed him wearing it on his head towards the end of the service. When it was over, he took it off and he placed it on the urn. That might sound like a kind of a nice gesture to y'all, but if it does sound like a nice gesture, that's because y'all are terrible monsters. Y'all are hideous monsters, and y'all have absolutely no idea between right and wrong. So when I asked him why, he told me it was his most prized possession in the world, and he wanted his mother to have it in the afterlife. Oh, doesn't that sound like the most terrible person you ever heard of in your life? Let's go ahead and finish what this robot says. She continued, we just thought it was a weird thing to do. It's a weird thing. We just thought it was so weird, especially as his mom was a Democrat, but we left him do I guess we left him to do what he wanted. Nobody objected. Wow, really? Nobody objected to him putting, oh man, y'all all terrible people. All right, nobody objected. Gosh, his brother just seemed to find it funny. Deschamps took care of Cruz and his brother after the death of their mother. She explained that only Trump could comfort the 20-year-old. I asked him what I could do to cheer him up a bit, and he said that he would love to see Trump's home or hotel or anything associated with Trump. She took him to Trump International Beach Resort in Sunny Isles, Florida, and it was like taking a kid to Disneyland. Now, mind you, the robot's trying to. It doesn't even seem ominous no more. Like, the more I'm reading it, it just sounds like a beautiful story. But a robot doesn't know what it's doing. So police revealed in a report released last week that, I guess, due to the fact that his mother hated Donald Trump, he put it in her casket with her when she died and took a picture of her with the hat. I wonder if we could put robots in prison. I wonder. Let's go ahead and finish this up. Unfortunately, none of this was a sign that he had severe... All right. Oh, unfortunately, none of this was I'm sorry about that. Robots. Unfortunately, none of this was a sign that he had a severe mental illness. And could be... it could be dangerous, especially in a state like Florida, where you don't even need a permit to buy a gun. Nicholas Cruz is facing the death penalty. Rest in peace to everyone who lost their life at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, says the robot. Oh, man. Y'all, I'm pretty sure all the rest of the articles look exactly the same and it's copied and pasted. Look at this ominous picture. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're living in some wild times, and I appreciate y'all. It's January the 2nd, 2019.